Hello, this is day 24. So more and more as I get older, I start to understand the real importance of having a good sleep schedule, right? When I was younger in high school, for example, I noticed that I was able to go to bed at like 2 a.m. and then wake up at 7 or 8 to be able to go to school. So only get like a short amount of sleep every single night. And then even if I had to go to work when I was in high school, it was the same thing. Like I was able to get very little amount of sleep and be able to perform okay at my job, right? Or at school. I think that this is really interesting that since I've gotten older, I've noticed that I can't find myself doing this. Like I can't just go to bed super late and then wake up super early. I can't do that. Like I have to have a routine. So when I was in Canada, I had a job in my last year of university where I had to work at like 5 or 6 a.m. sometimes, most times, and I had to wake up super early, so I had to go to bed super early, and then even after school or after work, I would have to go to school right after, right? So a lot of my days were like over 12 hours with work and school. So I had to get really good night sleep to be able to perform well at my job and at school. So I feel like the only way that I was able to maintain this sort of routine for like 7, 8 months was just because I had like a really good sleep schedule and I really prioritized my sleep over everything else, right? Like if I had to work at 5 a.m., I was going to bed at like 8. And like it's so sad to think that with me being like younger and like my last year of university that I had to like go to bed so early. But the thing is, like, me having a job was so important because it's the only way I was able to like continually go to school, right? So it's like I really had to prioritize my sleep. But when I came to Japan, I feel like sleep is just harder and harder to like for me to have a good sleep. And I think it's probably just because of the new environment still and like some like things that are stressing me out and everything. But like this past week, for example, my sleep was so bad. It was like every single night I was waking up in the middle of the night. And even if I went to bed later, like for example, one night I went to bed at like 1:30, almost 2 a.m. and then I woke up at 8 and or like 7 or 8, and it's like I had like no option, like I couldn't fall back asleep. It was just like every single day waking up at 8 or 7 with like very little sleep. And I feel like sometimes during the day I was able to have a nap, so it wasn't that bad when I got to school. But like sometimes naps are even hard to have as well, to like to always have consistently every single day, because especially when I have a job, I won't be able to have a nap in the middle of the day and then go to class, or have a nap and then go to work or anything, right? So I feel like I really need to make sure that I'm getting a good night's sleep every single night. And like I could take some sort of like sleeping like medication kind of thing, but I don't really know if like what they have in Japan for that sort of thing. Like I know in Canada we would just like have melatonin, right? But then often when I would take melatonin, I would feel so groggy and like still tired the next day. So I feel like that's not really a good solution either. So it's like I'm trying to like find the best course of action for me to be able to have a good night's sleep every single night, because it does affect my daily life and it does affect how I react and like my emotions and everything as well, not just like my performance throughout the day, right? I feel like sleep is so important, and having a routine and sticking to that routine is like the best course of action when it comes to anything in life, especially sleep.